Welcome back to Fat Cloud TV, brought to you by Vaping Cheap. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the brand new Kensei RTA by Vandy Vape. Like I said in the introduction, we'll be taking a look at the brand new Kensei RTA by Vandy Vape. Yes, they're back at it again with a brand new RTA. The original RTA that they released was the Kylin, and it was really popular. So when we heard that they were releasing a new RTA, we were excited. This one, though, is a bit different. For one, it has a overall diameter of 24.4 millimeter, so it's like right in between of 24 and 25 millimeter. So I mean, on newer box mods, you won't really have any trouble with overhang. It has like 2 and 4 ml e-liquid capacity, so it's compliant with TBD. Plus, the 4 ml option is a bubble glass, and a lot of people love that bubble glass, including us. You know, it doesn't add any height and increase your e-liquid capacity. And it's available in a few different colors. We have the stainless steel color. There is a matte black, I think blue, rainbow, gold, along with stainless steel. I'll make sure what it is, and I'll put it down here to let you guys know exactly what colors are going to be available. Another great feature or unique feature about this, it has a honeycomb style airflow, kind of similar to when we did the first look of the Bonza RTA, where you had multiple smaller airflow holes. This one implements that in RTA, which I don't even think we've seen before, to be honest with you. We see that in like drip tips, but not necessarily in the airflow itself. The build deck is something similar that we've seen before. I think the Icon RTA had something similar where it's pretty much a 2-post build deck. The outside post holes are higher, so your higher leads will go in there. I mean, you'll see all that up close, but yeah, I'll definitely like to thank Vandy Vape for sending this over our way for the purposes of this video. I'm going to go ahead and not waste any more time and jump right into the up close so you guys can check it out. Alright, here we are with the Kensei RTA by Vandy Vape. Hope I'm saying that right. But anyway, this is the sample packaging, so the retail packaging will probably be different, but like I said, with all Vandy Vape products, their packaging is typically really good. So opening the packaging, you'll see the Kensei RTA right here, the additional bubble glass, and you get an acrylic drip tip, which is nice. This one's blue, and then you get a dock tip. These are all A10 drip tips, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the Kensei RTA. This is the bubble glass, and then this is the dock tip. So also included, you get a baggie of spare goodies, of course. You know, you get your 510 drip tip adapter, spare screws, screwdriver, Allen key, O-rings, and this little tool right here inside. I'm going to take it out really quickly to show you guys. Basically, what it is to help you take apart the top fill ring, and this is really handy actually. At first, you know, I was kind of wondering like, what is this for? But then I realized, oh, you know, it'll help take off the top fill ring. Sometimes it can be a pain, so this is definitely a nice addition. So yeah. Anyway, so this is the Kensei RTA with 2 mil glass tank section on. It does come pre-installed with this one. You have your acrylic A10 drip tip. So I'm going to go ahead and screw the top. You have a top fill. So that that tool is to get this out here. So basically you would turn and it'll come apart. But I don't really need to take that apart for you guys. I mean, it's pretty much like almost any RTA. The top fill ring, there's not a lot of threading, so it doesn't take a lot to really unscrew it. See? Not a lot of threads at all. So which is good. I mean, it makes filling a little bit faster. You do have juice flow control right here. Your adjustable airflow stops on each side, like so, which is good. So when you're ready to take apart the tank, you know, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and take it apart and show you guys. Probably the attraction of this RTA is the build deck. So as you can see, it has honeycomb airflow. So you have multiple holes on each side, and what it's supposed to do is give you smoother airflow. Now I haven't vaped on this yet, so I'm not sure how it'll perform, but going by the Bonza RTA, that airflow is really smooth, And so I assume this would be the same. You have large wicking ports on the side here. The build deck is gold plated. This type of wicking is pretty easy. You just fill your cotton in there. You don't want cotton too tight. You don't want cotton too loose. You just kind of want a happy medium. But yeah, so you have a build deck here. I mean, this is pretty similar to the Recoil RTA 2 by Green, where you have the two outer posts are higher and then the two inner posts are lower. So you put your higher leads up here in here, you put your lower leads in the center ones. And that makes it easier to wick because it's your top leads here, it'll easily be able to go in this channel. So like this type of building is really good. It's easy, really easy to build on, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, I mean, that's the Kensei RTA really quickly up close. I mean, there's nothing really crazy to say about it. Like I said, I love the addition of the bubble glass tank section. I will install this one just to show you guys how the tank looks. Some people don't like how bubble glass looks, but personally, I don't mind it. I like it. But yeah, it's easy to wick, I'm pretty sure. And there's large channels. The airflow is easily adjustable here. And yeah, I mean, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and throw a build in here really quickly and show you what I'm working with and let you know what I think about it when it comes to building. Alright, now we're back. I do a quick build in there. Like I said, it was really easy. Something I would recommend with pretty much any RTA or RDA is pre-cut your leads. It makes it easier overall to kind of install your coils, but even then it's still not really difficult. So like I said with wicking, you want to make sure these wicking channels, since they're shared, you don't want them to be clogged or too loose with cotton. You want to make sure it's just sitting in there and it's, you know, your cotton is nice and fluffy and it's not packed in there, it's not choking it, etc. So I mean, wicking is key with any RTA, so just keep that in mind. But I mean, it's really easy to wick, you know, fluff out your cotton, kind of, you know, put them in there and fluff it out a little bit. And yeah, that's it. I did throw a dual fuse Clapton, like I do with pretty much all my RTAs and RDAs that I test. It came out to a 0.19 ohm resistance. It's 26 gauge nichrome 80. We're out with 36 gauge nichrome 80. So I'm gonna put some e-liquid on here. The e-liquid choice today is Yummy Vapor Milk Gat. It's a nougat flavor, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is an interesting flavor. I'll tell you more about this when we go up top, but it's definitely an interesting flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some e-liquid. With any fused Clapton, you wanna kind of like put some e-liquid and then fire it so the e-liquid gets soaked into the coil and cotton. Like that. Every time I drip some e-liquid, I press the fire button and hopefully you can see that the e-liquid is being soaked into the Clapton. Now you don't want to put too much. Also, I do want to mention that you want your coils to sit right on top of the airflow, but not touching, of course, because that'll cause a short. And yeah, so the closer the coils are to the airflow, the better it is for flavor, from my experience. But yeah, so I got some juice on there. I got some vapor. Oh, by the way, it's this RTA sitting on the Think Vape Finder DNA 250. This was listed in our Best DNA Box Mods article. Definitely one of my favorite 18650 box mods. And I got juice on my hands because I overdripped and it was leading. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go back up top, clean this up, and I'll see you guys, and I'll vape on it for a bit and let you know what I think. Alright, so now we're back up top from the up-close portion of this video. We have the Kensei RTA with the Think Vape Finder DNA 250. Of course, this doesn't match at all. You got a blue drip tip and a black and red mod and a stainless steel tank. But anyway, I just like using this mod. So I did vape it for a bit and you know, chain vaped it and see how it kept up with wicking and all that. So what do I think about it? Well, I do want to mention first that when I first received it, everything was like really tight together. Like getting off the top cap to fill was actually a challenge. I mean, even though there's some type of nailing up top, It's still a little tight. But keep in mind, this is the sample version. So, I mean, things like this are really small. And it's not like a major problem. And it can easily be fixed before final production. But so far, it's kept up with wicking. Like I said, wicking is key with any RTA when it comes to flavor and vapor. If you wick it too tight or you put too much cotton, you're going to get muted flavor, you're going to get dry hits, etc. So with wicking in any RTA, you got to do it right, or you just won't get the performance. That's just how it is. Some are easier to wick, some are harder to wick. I definitely think this is one of the easier tanks to wick. It literally just fluff out your cotton, let it sit in there. Do not, clog it or pack it too tightly, and that's it. I mean, just keep in mind that each side you have the coil shearing it, so you don't want to put too much cotton on one side or whatever. You want to make sure they're evenly cut and they're all fluffy and good. I mean, with any other RTA, I do recommend always fluffing your cotton out a little bit, taking a tweezer and scraping it or whatever. It definitely helps to wick. But let me show you some vapor production. Like I said, I have a dual fuse clapped in here. The resistance is at 0.18 ohm. I have it at 70 watts with the airflow wide open. And by the way, I forgot, the Yummy Vapor Milkat. Like I said, this is a weird flavor. I'm going to tell you about it when I take a vape. So let's go, 70 watts. So as you see, plenty of vapor. The flavor is actually really, really good. I was quite surprised when I started vaping on it, how good the flavor is. The airflow is also very, very smooth. It's not like a wide, airy draw when it's fully wide open. It is wide open right now, but it has a slight restriction to it, which I like personally. So with the Milkat now, you get from Yummy Vapor, it's basically a nougat. So you get like chocolate, you get like the nutty flavor. I don't know if it's peanuts, but there's like a nuttiness to it, and there's a creaminess to it as well. The chocolate is not dominant, or it doesn't taste like a powdered chocolate. It's actually really well balanced, and you taste everything. You taste the nougat, you taste the chocolate, you taste the creaminess of it. So when I vaped this, I was kind of like pull back from it because I've never had a flavor like that. But it's a pretty spot-on nougat flavor. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll definitely put some links in the description where you can check it out. We have a great deal from a website that I'll put down there. So what do I think about it? So far, like I said, it's wicking, really well. As you can see, I don't know if you can see the bubbles, but it's wicking. I'm going to close down the airflow a little bit to let you guys see. So I have the airflow about like 3/4 way open. It has more restrictiveness, but it's also a little whistly. So, I mean, it's not whistly when it's wide open, but it is whistly when you close it. I'll close it off a little bit more. It's about 1/4 way open now, at 70 watts again. Not like super whistly or loud or anything. It's noticeable when you vape on it. Sorry about all the clouds here, man. It's probably really cloudy in here. So the flavor, like I said, is really good. The drip tip is really comfortable. I actually like this acrylic drip tip. I wish a lot of companies start doing this, whether it's resin or acrylic or whatever. I think these type of drip tips is really nice to have. Aside from your normal Delrin, and we've seen like a load of Ultim everything really. So it's good they changed it up. I do like the bubble tank. I think the bubble tank looks really good. It doesn't look too bad. It's not too like bubbly, I guess if you want to call it, like too wide. It's like a good size. And if you don't like the bubble tank, you just use the normal one. But just keep in mind, it's a 2 mil liquid capacity compared to a 4 mil with this one. But 4 mil, I mean, I've been chain vaping it, and I went through about half the tank or so, and it's still keeping up good. The flavor's still good. I don't notice like a flavor drop or anything. Sometimes with certain RTAs, you'll start to notice the flavor drop as your e-liquid level goes down. But that's more of like GTA styles and stuff like that. But yeah, man, the Kensei RTA, I think Vandy Vape did it again. The whole honeycomb airflow thing works. The airflow is really smooth. Like I said, I personally like the airflow wide open with this RTA. I think the restriction is there. It's not too airy and it's not too restrictive. It's kind of like right in the middle of where I personally like it. Now, if you like a really wide open draw, I'm not sure if you probably would be happy with it, but I mean, it's pretty open as it is, wide open. Building, like I said, is very easy. I have a 3mm diameter fuse clapped in there, and it fit in there with relative ease. You can probably fit some pretty chunky coils in here without much issue, which is really nice. It's a 24.4mm diameter, so I mean it'll fit great on most of your box mods, especially newer ones. Yeah, I mean that's about it with this RTA. I think it's a great performer for the money. I think it's worth it. You get the bubble tank, you get the acrylic drip tip, you get the standard glass tank, you get that thing, that metal piece to help you take apart the tank, which is really nice, and it's definitely going to come in handy in the future for me. Yeah, I mean, I think Vandy Vape, like I said, did a great job. I don't want to ramble too much about it. I like the performance. I like the airflow. I like all the options they give you. And yeah, so yeah, thanks Vandy Vape for sending it again. I think you did a great job. If you guys are interested in picking one up, I'll leave some links where you can pre-order it. Be sure to check out Vandy Vape, their website, to see more information about what's coming or what options you have in regards to colors and all that stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching Fat Cloud TV, brought to you by Vapor Cheap. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more from us, give us a subscribe. Be sure to check out VapingCheap.com, where we have more articles, reviews, and we post 10 deals every day to make sure you're vaping cheap. With all that being said, keep it cloudy.
Get